Welcome to Audit Archive, where we run you through some of the most questionable and rather atrocious police encounters. Today, we're looking at several cases of police misconduct, including an incident where an officer went against his professional duty and had sex with a woman he was transporting to a detention center after her arrest. First up, we have an incident where officers escalated a situation and unlawfully used their tasers, endangering the victim's well-being. On August 8, 2017, in Cincinnati, Ohio, officers Johnson and Sullivan responded to a domestic call for help from Angela Brown, who asked the police to come get her two sons out of her apartment. The two officers waited outside Miss Brown's apartment until she showed up and let them inside. How they handled the following situation, however, was unprofessional to say the least.
What's going on with you fellas?
Well, we just chilling.
Where do you live?
First and foremost,
Sit down.
I'm not gonna. This is my mother's house.
Sit down. Sit down while you talk to me.
Where's your house? Where's your house? Where do you live?
This is my house.
Don't
Where do
say
you live?
nothing. Don't say nothing.
Where do you
No,
live?
let me talk.
Where do you live?
Because here's the situation.
Where do you live?
Here's the situation.
Where do you
No,
live?
it's just like they gotta get out of my house.
Here's the
Hold on.
situation.
Just let him talk, stop talking.
Here's the situation.
Shut up!
Here's the
Hey, the
situation.
fuck you on top of what you doing?
You the one who called the police over here.
Yeah.
Jamie, stop, bro.
Get your hands off me, bro.
Hey, no, stop.
Don't grab me, dude.
Don't do that. 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 I just said stop, Jamie.
Move. Move.
I told them.
Move.
I just told
Move.
No.
Move.
Stop.
Move.
Stop.
Move.
Stop.
Move.
Stop.
You're gonna get tased. You're gonna get tased. Move.
Stop,
I
man.
want
Move.
them out of my house.
Though one of the boys appeared a bit restless, the officer did not handle him in the appropriate manner. Rather than calm him down, the officer escalated the situation by threatening to tase Miss Brown's son. This was unacceptable since, according to their department's de-escalation policy, members must use de-escalation techniques to reduce threats, gain the voluntary compliance of a person, and safely resolve a situation. When feasible, reducing the need for force allows members to secure their own safety, as well as the safety of the public. While members must at all times comply with the minimum legal requirements governing the use of force, they must also comply with even stricter standards set forth by department policy. Despite the existence of this rule and one of the boys telling the police to calm down, the officers continue to make matters even worse.
Put your hands behind your back.
Now.
Now.
We ain't doing nothing.
Now.
Are y'all really going?
Now.
We ain't doing nothing.
Now.
We're not doing nothing.
Turn around.
We're not doing nothing.
Turn around.
I know my rights, man.
Turn
We're
around.
not doing nothing.
Do it.
Okay, y'all can
Do
talk
it.
to my brother right here.
Do it. Turn around.
Get out of my house.
Mama, you gonna let this happen?
Get I told y'all get out of my house.
Now.
Mama, you
Get
Now.
out of my house.
She is
Get out of my house.
Now.
Get out of my house.
Now.
Get out of my house.
Don't reach for nothing. Do it now. Do it now. Now. Come over here. Come on over here.
Can you stop
No,
touching me?
come over here.
Can you stop touching me?
Come here.
Can you stop touching me?
Come here.
Can you stop
Come
touching
here.
me?
You're gonna get tased.
Let him tase
I
you.
told y'all to get the fuck out of my house.
Put your hands behind your back.
Get out of my house. I told y'all to get the fuck out of my house. Get out of my house.
At this moment, the officer deployed his taser without ensuring the damage that would be caused to his target. According to the ACLU's taser policy, manufacturers generally recommend that reasonable efforts should be made to target lower center mass and to avoid intentionally targeting the head, neck, chest, and groin. Efforts should be made to avoid targeting the front of a person, as this could severely endanger them and cause them lifelong injuries. Taking none of this into account, however, the officer continued to fire his taser with its prongs lodged into the victim's chest.
Get out of my house.
Now.
Y'all didn't get out of my house.
Now.
Y'all don't understand the situation.
Get
Now.
out of my house. Get out of my house.
We're still fighting with them. Get them up here now.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Now. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Can y'all stop?
Get on the ground.
Y'all stop.
Get on the ground now.
Stop. Y'all already.
Get on the ground now.
It should also be noted that not once did the officers try to use bodily force in order to apprehend the boys. Instead, they immediately went for the taser as their first option. This was a direct violation of their department's policies, as this action constituted the use of excessive force, which refers to the force used in excess of what a police officer reasonably believes is necessary. A police officer may be held liable for using excessive force in an arrest, an investigatory stop, or other seizures. A police officer may also be liable for not preventing another police officer from using excessive force. Consequently, this meant that they simultaneously violated the boys' fourth constitutional rights, which state, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized.
Y'all disrespect
Y'all
me.
keep hitting me with the...
Get on the ground!
Okay, listen!
Now!
Listen!
I'm gonna put you on the fucking
No,
ground!
listen! Y'all not listening!
Get the out of the way.
Now, get your hands behind your back. Get your hands behind your back.
What's important to know is that prior to the officers arriving, the boys were actually invited into the house by their mother. The reason for the mother acting erratically and throwing them out of the house was because Miss Brown was intoxicated and allegedly on drugs as stated by her son later on. They were there to help their mother at the grocery store and stayed afterward, but that was when Miss Brown eventually became irrational after drinking beer, which was something that happened many times before. Rather than ascertain the situation and realize what was truly going on though, the officers prematurely yelled at the innocent civilians and assaulted them while letting the actual problem encourage their antics on the sidelines.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Get off my hair! Get off my hair!
We're not doing nothing. We're not doing nothing.
Get your hands behind your back. Do it now. 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 Give me another hand. Give me another fucking hand. Huh? You wanna fuck around? Huh? 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 Check on Larry.
We didn't even do nothing! Y'all wrong, man!
Huh?
We didn't even do nothing!
Y'all really gonna do that? And we ain't got no records?
Right, we didn't even do nothing! We didn't even do nothing!
Serious trouble.
And y'all didn't listen to what we just said?
Oh, y'all gonna be in some
Get
trouble.
out my pockets, man. I ain't got none in my
Oh,
pockets.
you drunk as hell. I just got done drinking 3 beers.
According to the victim, the officer just tried to go through his belongings while being detained. Under normal circumstances, a search of a detained person would be warranted. According to Clio criminal law, if the police have detained you because they have reasonable grounds to suspect that you are connected to a crime and they need to detain you to investigate, they have limited powers to search you. They can do a protective pat-down search for weapons if they believe that their safety or the safety of others is at risk. However, since the officers did not have reasonable suspicion as to whether the boys had weapons, especially since they were merely invited to their mother's house, they once again violated their fourth constitutional right.
Are you trying to go buy some crack? Are you serious, mama? Stand up. Are you serious?
Not
You're
yet.
gonna do this to your
Not
own
yet.
son. You're gonna do this to your own son.
Pick him up.
After the scuffle, one of the boys was taken to a hospital since he suffered from a collapsed lung during his arrest, while the other was eventually taken to jail. The two brothers were later charged with resisting arrest and trespassing, with one of them, Mr. Crawley, facing an additional felony charge of assaulting a police officer. He pleaded guilty to 4th-degree felony assault and was awaiting sentencing with the possibility of probation, but could have received between 2 to 8 years in prison and a fine of up to $20,000. On the other hand, Mr. Crawley's brother, Coleman, pleaded guilty to resisting arrest and received a sentence of 6 months of probation, contingent on him finding stable housing. Thankfully though, after Mr. Coleman testified that he was indeed living there at the invitation of his mother, the charges were later dropped for both of them. Unfortunately, as of the date of this recording, nothing has been made public regarding the 2 officers responsible for this incident. Our next case involves an officer having sex with a woman he was transporting to a detention center after being arrested. On August 14, 2023, in San Diego, California, Officer Anthony Hare arrived at an intersection to assist a few other officers in the arrest of several people who were suspected of auto theft.
Hey, why are you guys tripping on me?
Hey, just listen to him.
Put your hands behind your back. There you go, stay like that. Why are you guys tripping like that? I can't
Follow
come
our
out of the
instruction.
Listen to him.
I can't come out of the Put your hands behind your back. Hey, with the knives on my fucking face, man.
Put your hands behind your back.
Okay, okay.
Do not move. Just like that. Do not move. Don't move.
Why are you guys...
Hey, can you guys get on him and
Yeah, we'll get
her? One at a time, guys. One at a time.
My name is Israel, boy. How you doing? Man, a little scared. What the
We'll explain everything to you, man.
I know you're gonna explain everything.
Relax, right?
Roll to your side. Bend your knees.
See this one right here?
You got that going. No weapons or anything on you? Nah, nothing right there. Alright, yeah, for sure. Drop the one down and everything.
Alright, go ahead and stand up for me. Yeah, maybe it's easy.
Roll over first, yeah. Roll over.
Stand right up there.
Can you get the other one?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
I'm a little heavy.
Alright, any weapons? Okay. We're just gonna go on my car right here, okay? Follow me.
Is this car right here?
On the other side of my side.
Can I put on my shirts?
Yeah.
You're being stopped and you're detained right now is because that vehicle is stolen, okay? Passenger side of the car, okay? So, sit tight and we'll figure this out, okay?
I'm gonna try to run back up to Daniel, and it's fine. Fire escape. Huh? Yeah. Need to come to Claremont to get something to drink?
No. So I went by this way. I'm like, honestly, I don't even know why we were here this way. Because we don't have to change the location. We were going to go to his mom's house, but his mom was okay. So it's not even this way.
Where are you guys coming from?
From my house.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. it was you? Was it you that, or was it that? Was it you that stopped us, or?
That was my partner.
I'm not gonna be trouble, right?
Well, we're trying to figure all that out right now.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my, I remember now what we were gonna go do. We were gonna go to, you know, in the pavilion? The exit pavilion? It's pretty far down, like, towards Vista.
Yeah.
The beach right there. The stairs. That's where
It's like Carlsbad, right?
around there. I see it. It's like a good, like, if it's that.
Does he live there too, or does he live in Southeast?
No, he's not.
Around a few minutes and some paperwork later, Officer Hare was tasked with transporting the female, now taken into custody under a warrant, to the Las Colinas Women's Detention Facility to book her into jail. A problem arose, however, when they realized that no one had actually searched her yet.
Okay, yeah, it's confirmed. She's gonna send over the note, the warrant papers to watch it. From there, that's you. That's it, right? That's all I'm booking her for?
Yep. Okay. Yeah. And in your actual report, just don't forget to mention.
Got it. So I'm gonna go straight to HQ, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I need to ask for it? You know, S16. I mean, to do a search. I know Lane. I mean, not Lane. Maddie did a.
Yeah, you could kind of just. It doesn't look like she has any pockets or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in the.
We need to call.
Hey, are you the one?
You have anything on you? Nothing in here or anything? You know when they get to cleanest, they're gonna find it either way.
Oh, I thought you were telling me because of the bill.
You already told her?
No.
She knows
look,
that.
Look, I got stuff earlier.
And she wants you to just let her go.
So, perfect. So, yeah, do you...
You have
You,
anything
I have
on you?
nothing, bro. I have nothing but a phone.
So when they
Fuck
do their
you.
scanner and everything,
They're not
they're
gonna
gonna find
anything?
Alright,
No.
before you go, man, before you go, is there anything in the car that you want? Like purse or something?
My phone. Or my makeup. It's just my makeup.
What color
I
is
need
the
that
bag?
for when I get a job.
Oh yeah, what color is that?
It's in a backpack.
Oh, okay. Like cross-screen bag?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Is
I
it
don't
the
want
front or the
everything.
back
I don't want everything from there. I just want the makeup.
Just the makeup?
Because it has.
Okay. What else in there is yours? Do you have a phone or anything?
The mail's in my car, so I have to switch it.
That's fine. I did a pat down, but when we drive over here to
Are you taking HQ or no? Just straight to Los?
No, I'm gonna take it to HQ.
You gotta do that.
What's that?
Yeah, I already sent, the warrant's already been sent over.
You might find a female officer over there. make a search. I did that one time.
Oh yeah, see if you can have a female just meet you at HQ in like 10 minutes. Yeah, like females, but they're all off today. I'll figure something out.
I'm too hyper.
It was at this point that Officer Hare walked over to the other suspect, who was apprehended while he was undergoing an interrogation.
Just watch out, he's bleeding and there's some infectious disease, so don't get blood on you.
You need medics? You want medics to come look at you? I just want to know the status. What's going on? Okay. So, you are going to jail tonight for stolen vehicle.
For what?
Okay.
How did I go and steal a car?
Okay, so you guys saw me driving out of the parking lot of 7-Eleven, okay? I'm driving by, I run the plate, it comes back as stolen.
I didn't drive no car.
I see you guys walk inside, I wait till you guys come out, and you don't even attempt to come back to the car, okay?
Well, look,
you attempt to walk away.
I'm
almost done.
No, sir.
It's okay. She asked me to get her makeup bag out of the car. I go and get her bag. I have to search it because she wants to take it with her in jail. So I search it. Inside, I find a prescription with your name on it.
Yes, that's our stuff. Listen,
okay?
It's embarrassing.
So that's
I told you my medicine, that I have medicine.
Right. Not in there, though. You said it was at your boy's house.
Okay, well, look. It's embarrassing to tell you that we wanted to get whatever was in that car, bro. We went in that car. Yes, it was cold. She wanted a blanket. Now, we had our stuff. We weren't planning on you guys stopping us or seeing what we're going to get from that car.
Okay, I'm going to move you over to my car and then we can talk more about this, all right? So go ahead and stand up for me.
Like, come on, it's embarrassing to say that, bro. Like, come on. You didn't see me driving the car?
No one's saying you were driving.
Okay, that's come on, bro. It's embarrassing to say that my girl's not to tell that Babies, I love you. Wait. Before I go on, can I explain, bro?
Go see inside. Go inside. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Ow!
Careful.
Yeah.
Careful. Look, up inside for me. I'm gonna Miranda you, okay?
I need to talk. No, bro. I wasn't in no car.
You did your rights, and you're gonna answer my questions if you want. Okay?
So is that gonna change anything?
You good here?
Yes.
Alright. You're gonna come with me to my car. So let me go.
Oh, who said it? You heard him when he said it.
Oh, let's go.
About asking me.
Yeah. This way. Walk across the street.
He said he was gonna ask me. What's up? Why are you the only mean one?
I'm not mean.
Bro, you're the only dick breaker.
No, we can
honestly,
talk more once we get to the car, okay? I got your...
Sorry for calling that, but...
I got your duffel, not your duffel bag, but the drawstring bag and all of that. Your makeup. So.
Not really. Like, when you're doing your job, I understand. You're doing your job. But...
Step.
But... I don't need to hate it like that. I just want...
Go, step inside.
Wait.
Go.
Oh, hold on.
Put your feet inside. Perfect. Just a little bit more. I don't want to pinch your skin. Alright. Actually, one more thing. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Alright? Here, just listen up. You have the right to remain silent. If you give up the right to remain silent, anything you do, say, can, and will be used in court against you. You have the right to speak with an attorney of your choice before questioning, and to have the attorney present during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you by the court prior to any questioning, if you so desire. The attorney will not cost you anything. The services are free. Do you understand each of these rights that I have explained to you?
Yes.
Yes? Having in mind and understanding your rights, as I have told you, are you willing to talk to me?
What if I were just saying?
Yes or no? It's either you want to talk to me or you...
I have nothing to talk to you about, but yes, okay. I'm complying, yeah.
Thank you.
Finally, the officer began driving the woman to the detention center. However, during this ride, some very illicit conversations began to take place.
I can't hear you now. Don't say that right now. No, I said don't say that right now because everything's being recorded right now.
While nothing had happened just yet, the officer was treading on thin ice. This was because, according to the Closing the Law Enforcement Consent Loophole Act of 2019, it is unlawful for a federal law enforcement officer to engage in a sexual act while acting under color of law or with an individual who is under arrest, in detention, or in custody. Moreover, consent is not a defense to prosecution for unlawful conduct. A violator is subject to criminal penalties, a fine, a prison term of up to 15 years, or both. Additionally, the bill authorizes the Department of Justice to make grants to states that have in effect similar laws. Grants must be used for the same purposes as formula grants under the Stop Violence Against Women program and the Sexual Assault Services program. Therefore, if Officer Hare engaged in illicit activity with a detainee, he would be guilty of violating this federal law.
What's going on?
According to Officer Hare, he was checking on the woman for a possible medical emergency when the car door accidentally shut and locked him in. However, suspicious of this claim, an internal investigation was conducted on the matter. In later interviews with the detained woman, she kept exclaiming to the investigators that nothing sexual occurred between her and the officer. However, according to a report filed by the investigators, they traced amounts of what was presumptively identified as semen found on Officer Hare's belt. Furthermore, the woman, who was reportedly high on an unidentified drug she had taken earlier in the day, was transported to a hospital after being examined by medical staff at Las Colinas Detention Center for what was described by an investigator as an unrelated health matter. In the end, Officer Hare was charged with a criminal allegation of sexual assault and resigned on September 14, 2023, less than a month after the incident. Moving on, we have an incident involving officers tasing a homeless and elderly schizophrenic multiple times. On June 16, 2023, in Gresham, Oregon, 29-year-old Ronnie Amato frantically rushed into the Cheap Charlie's beer and wine store he worked at after an encounter with a Gresham Homeless Services specialist. He proceeded to yell for the store owner before sitting on his sleeping bag and watching the police walk up to the front door. The following footage captured from a security camera showcases what happened next.
I work here.
Stand up.
No.
It's not a question. Stand up. Really? You think audio is recorded?
I did nothing wrong.
Hello, another car.
Call the police, Charlie.
You are the police.
No, you ain't.
You are.
Tase.
You gotta get tased. Put it down.
Put it down right now. Drop it.
Drop it.
Right. Just listen to him.
Drop it.
I'll kill you, punk.
Drop it.
Stop, buddy.
You're about to get tased, man. You're gonna get tased.
Don't do it. Tase. Taser, get down. Get on your face. Get on your face. Get down again. He's schizophrenic, right? Get down.
One lever.
While one may argue that the first shot was necessary, the consecutive tasing that occurred afterward was not. At one point, after the initial tase, the other officer was capable of detaining Mr. Amato using bodily force, but chose to use his taser instead, despite the elderly man barely moving. According to the ACLU's taser policy, the taser is a use of force and is to be used only when necessary to overcome resistance while effecting an arrest, preventing an escape, in self-defense, or in defense of another person from physical harm, and in accordance with this department's use of force policy. Moreover, it also states that the use of the taser should generally be avoided in specific situations unless the totality of the circumstances indicate that other available options reasonably appear ineffective, impractical, or would present a greater danger to the officer, the subject, or others, and the officer reasonably believes that the need to control the individual outweighs the risk of using the taser. An example of such a situation is when the target is an elderly individual. By failing to use lesser means of force to detain their target, the officers violated the aforementioned policies.
Keep your hands behind your back. Let go of the bag. You're gonna get Get another right. Let go of it. Stop. Let go of the bag. Let go. Drop the bag. Drop the bag. Drop the bag. Drop the bag. Drop the bag.
Ryan, just listen up to for a quick second, all right?
I work here in Charlie, right?
Really? All this, Ryan?
We have one cup on.
I took it in for me.
Show your hand. Show your hand. You're gonna get tased again. Taser. You're gonna get tased. Here, who's got the taser connection still? Hit him again. Light him up. Pull your hand out. Pull your hand out. Pull your hand out. I got it. Pull your hand out. Pull it out. Taser, taser, taser. Taser, taser, taser. Pull your hand out. Pull your hand out.
It should also be noted here that due to Mr. Amato's medical conditions, he was at a greater risk than the average person. According to Taser International, now called Axon, when practicable, avoid a prolonged or continuous exposure to the taser device electrical discharge. The stress and exertion of extensive, repeated, prolonged, or continuous applications of the taser device may contribute to cumulative exhaustion, stress, and associated medical risks. If a person's system is already compromised by overexertion, drug intoxication, stress, pre-existing medical or psychological conditions, then any physical exertion, including the use of a taser device, may have an additive effect in contributing to the aforementioned problems. Failing to follow the policy made by their very own device manufacturers, however, the officers continued to tase the medically ill elder. Consequently, they were liable for violating Mr. Amato's fourth constitutional right. This is because the Fourth Amendment prohibits the United States government from conducting unreasonable searches and seizures. In general, this means police cannot search a person or their property without a warrant or probable cause. It also applies to arrests and the collection of evidence.
Pull your hand out. Taser, taser, taser. Hand out. Pull your hand out. Riley, pull it out. Pull it out. My finger.
Got his hand? I gotta put a new one on his face. My finger's in there. Quit fighting!
I don't think English he grabbed the wire.
I didn't even. Yeah, Steven deployed the. Yeah. Ah, that's true. Well, he had two direct without the cartridge. No reaction.
It's important to note that all of this stemmed from a false report made to the police. According to Ann Clark, who owns a barber shop behind the store, Mr. Amato was sitting on the back steps of Cheap Charlie's when one of the city's homeless service specialists responded to a call from another city worker and asked Mr. Amato to leave the area. The same outreach worker then claimed that Mr. Amato became aggressive and assaulted him, so he called the police. However, according to Ms. Clark, this wasn't the case. According to her, the outreach worker told Mr. Amato that if he didn't leave, then he would call the police and tell them that he assaulted him. Due to his medical issues and the stress of the situation, Mr. Amato ran in a frantic panic back into the store. By failing to gather enough evidence and figure out the truth behind the situation, the officers prematurely tased and assaulted an innocent, helpless man. Around 6.5 minutes later, multiple other officers and medics from the fire department arrived at the scene.
Yep, you got it.
Mr. Amato was then wheeled out of the store on a stretcher and taken to the hospital. Despite not being at fault, the Multnomah County District Attorney's Office told KATU, the television station, that the victim was cited for 4th-degree assault, resisting arrest, and harassment, all of which are misdemeanors. The business owners, several of whom pay Mr. Amato to do odd jobs, have said that they haven't seen him much since the incident. Unfortunately, as of the date of this recording, there have been no further updates made to this case. Our final case of the day involves 5 officers unlawfully restraining and ultimately killing an inmate suffering from a medical emergency. On December 2, 2019, in the Forsyth County Detention Center in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, a 57-year-old inmate by the name of John Neville started suffering from a medical emergency. It happened after his cellmate saw him having what appeared to be a seizure in the middle of the night, which led to him calling for the emergency response team. As a result, 5 officers showed up and placed the victim in a wheelchair. The following footage is taken from the body cam of one of the officers as they were escorting Mr. Neville.
Hey, John. You doing okay, buddy?
No.
All right, listen. We're helping you. We got medical here. Going to see you. Listen to me. You got a medical issue going on. You need to calm down. Okay? All right, bud.
Corporal, did she get the blood pressure?
No, she never got it.
Leave him in the chair and let her get the blood pressure.
10-4. Can we do it in the multi-purpose room?
Yes. Have her assess them over there and then we'll move
10-4. Is LT here?
She is.
All right, let her know I want all is closed, just in case. John, you listening to me?
I am.
All right, buddy. Hey, listen, you're having a medical issue.
Push me forward.
Listen to me. You're having.
Help me.
We're helping you, okay?
My family forward.
The nurse is going to check you out. She's going to check your blood pressure, okay? All right, buddy. The nurse is going to take your blood pressure, John, okay?
Good.
All right, buddy.
Hey, John. I'm the nurse. How you doing? Do you know where you are? You don't know where you are? You don't know your Forsyth Detention Center? I'm sorry. Stay relaxed for me, okay? Stay relaxed. Hey, John. Stay relaxed for me. I gotta keep your blood pressure, okay? Stay relaxed.
Oh, was he a watch by chance?
Keep it down. Relax. It's okay. You're okay.
Pull my head down. Second, put your head down. Pull it down.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, pull it in, boy, baby. Oh. Sit. What the f***, man?
Sit still so she can take your blood pressure.
Help me. Help. Oh, shit, help me.
John, we're helping you right now. We're helping you.
Please. Help me up home, get something. Help me, somebody. Help me, somebody. Shit.
John, we're trying to help you. You can calm down.
2B01.
Going to answer that, you guys.
Calm down.
We got one further down, so we don't have to do that corner.
Number 6, number 6.
Let's do that. So it's a straight shot in. Mat on the floor. It's already.
Me and you, number 2. 3 and 4, one of them there as well to help with the legs, okay? We're gonna go in, put them down, shackles first.
At this point, in order to deal with Mr. Neville easily, the officers decided to remove his restraints and lay him on the floor so that the nurse could tend to him.
Everybody clear? Just make sure you maintain control. Grab all those ankles. We're going to take you out of the chair, John. I need you to relax. Okay?
Oh,
I need you to relax, John.
man, can you stick my shirt, show up.
I need you to relax.
Please.
You guys ready? Okay.
Please.
Need you
Ready, bro, put
relax.
something
We're
in.
taking this off. Relax.
Oh, Lord.
Relax, buddy.
Pull it out, pull it down. Pull it down. Push it down, push it down.
Let it go. There you go. All right, John, you can stand up, buddy. Come on. Yep.
My back, hold my wrist.
There you go. Step on in the cell.
Look at my wrist.
Step on in. Step on in. Right on that mattress, buddy.
Sit on the mattress. Quit kneel down. There you go.
Get this off, please.
We're getting him off.
Let this over us, please. Please. Please.
Y'all be careful because he's fast.
Please. Help me. Oh, my leg. Oh, help. Let me go. Let me go my leg.
John, we're trying to get this stuff off. You need to relax, buddy.
Please, my wrist, help.
You need to relax.
Help, my wrist.
It was at this point, however, that things started to escalate. This is apparent by the fact that the officers began to use more force than necessary to detain the victim. It should be noted that this goes against the detention center's policy, which states, detention officers are responsible for the direct supervision of inmates and preserving their personal rights while incarcerated. This includes providing safety and security. Despite this, the detention officers failed to address the victim's concerns about his wrists and leg and proceeded to restrain him even further.
Help! Oh, baby! Baby! Help me!
Okay.
Help me! I can't breathe! Help! Oh! I can't breathe! Help! Help! Oh!
Alright, I need you to relax.
Get off my wrist! I can't breathe! Get off my wrist!
I hear you.
Get off my wrist! I can't breathe!
You're talking, you're breathing.
I can't breathe!
Things began to take a dark turn. As the officers placed their body weight and cuffs on the victim, he began yelling out that he couldn't breathe. Instead of backing off, however, one of the officers said that because Mr. Neville was talking, he was capable of breathing. According to a paramedic who posted on the Calibre Press, however, a major misconception is, if he can say that he can't breathe, he can speak, and if he can speak, then he has to be breathing. This is both true and horribly wrong. This is perhaps one of the most lethal misconceptions in both EMS and law enforcement. To explain their reasoning briefly, speaking only requires a small amount of air movement, unlike breathing, which involves taking in enough air to exchange gases in the lungs. Thus, a person may be able to speak even if their breathing is insufficient to meet their body's oxygen needs. By failing to recognize this, the officer was placing the victim in great danger and the risk of death, especially since he was already suffering from a medical emergency.
I can't. Help! God damn it, pull me up! Please! Please! Turn it over! Turn it over! Please!
You need to relax so I get the cuffs off.
Please, so I get this loose! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! Help! Help! Shit!
John, you gotta relax.
Let me go! Let me go!
I can't see.
I can't breathe! Let me go! Please! Please! I can't breathe! Please! Tony! Hear what else to say! I can't breathe! Help! Help!
I need a flashlight. I need someone in here with a flashlight, please.
Help me! Help me! Please! I gotta go
over up here.
I gotta go
flashlight in so I can see the holes.
I can't breathe!
What's important to note as well is that the officers were applying too much force through their body weight, which meant that they were crushing the victim's limbs, chest, and back. When looking at the effects of their actions, one can logically conclude that the officers weren't detaining Mr. Neville in a manner similar to a carotid restraint, which is a method for rendering a person unconscious by restricting the flow of blood to the brain by compressing the sides of the neck where the carotid arteries are located. According to the SCRJ model policy, chokeholds are defined as lethal hands-on maneuvers that may cut off the supply of blood and oxygen to the brain, and include under this definition strangleholds, neck restraints, and carotid restraints. Any and all chokeholds are prohibited under the policy. In the chokeholds chapter, the model policy also outlines directives and prohibitions on breathing impairments. Breathing impairments include strikes to the neck and positional asphyxia. As a result of their actions, the officers were therefore violating this policy. Unfortunately, while their actions would also mean violating Mr. Neville's fourth constitutional rights, prisoners do not enjoy full constitutional rights. They do, however, receive protection from the 8th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which states, "Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted." From what's been seen so far, the officers were no doubt cruelly punishing the victim through their use of excessive force, thus violating this constitutional right.
I can't breathe! Let me go! Let me go!
John, you need to stop so I can get these off.
I can't breathe!
You're breathing, you're talking.
I can't breathe!
Stop moving.
Sit!
Stop moving.
I can't breathe! breathe. Help me. Help me. Help me. Please. Help me.
Right off. Don't turn. Don't turn.
I can't breathe. Help me.
John, stop.
I ain't doing shit. Help. I can't breathe. Help.
Handcuff rope. Handcuff key.
Cut it loose.
Need another one.
Cut it loose.
I don't know if we might have
Cut it loose.
that snapped off inside.
Let me turn it off. Turn it off.
Oh, we get the bolt cutters.
Come
We get the bolt cutters.
Help me.
John, I need you to stop.
Leave me off, please. I can't breathe. Get off. I can't breathe.
Cut off. I need cutters.
He's getting them.
All right.
I can't breathe. Help.
John, you need to settle down.
I can't handle.
You need to settle down.
Shit.
Get these cuffs off, but you're making it
I can't
hard.
breathe.
You're breathing because you're talking.
Breathe.
You're breathing because you're talking.
I can't breathe.
You're yelling and you're moving.
Shit.
You need to stop.
Put it down.
You need to relax. Quit resisting us.
Please let me go.
Quit resisting us.
Please. Please. I can't breathe. Please.
The quicker you relax, the quicker we'll be out of here, man.
Help me.
You need to stop.
I can't breathe. Help.
I need someone in my spot. I gotta talk to the lieutenant. Go ahead and grab the joiner.
Despite his constant cries for help, the officers only pushed down on the victim further and gaslit him into believing that he was capable of breathing. Unsurprisingly, the officers' actions violated yet another law. According to the United Nations Human Rights Office, law enforcement officials shall ensure the full protection of the health of the persons in their custody and, in particular, shall take immediate action to secure medical attention whenever required. With what we've witnessed so far, it certainly didn't seem like the officers were taking care of their patient in the way they should have been. Furthermore, the same organization also states that law enforcement officials may use force only when strictly necessary and to the extent required for the performance of their duty. Moreover, their provision emphasizes that the use of force by law enforcement officials should be exceptional, while it implies that law enforcement officials may be authorized to use force as is reasonably necessary under the circumstances for the prevention of crime or in effecting or assisting in the lawful arrest of offenders or suspected offenders. No force going beyond that may be used. Sadly, these officers failed to show any restraint. After the first officer left the scene, he only returned a few minutes later, this time with a bolt cutter in hand to cut through the victim's handcuffs.
Just letting you know, this ain't an easy maneuver.
Lay his legs flat. That way all his weight is not on his, so he can breathe. Lay his legs
Okay,
flat.
I don't advise that, but I'll do it if you're telling me to. Okay.
Straighten his legs out, flatten them out, sit on them. Sit on them.
You're gonna have to hold them hands still, guys.
Okay. Hey guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the chain first. I'm gonna cut the chain first, so he's gonna have two arms, guys. Okay? Understand? Lift it up a little bit.
Be ready to grab that arm.
Lift it up a little bit.
Pump him again. Pump yourself down. Pump again.
He's not working.
Nope.
Might have to go down to the warehouse.
Armory.
Armory. All right, y'all hold fast. Everybody okay? Yes. Stamper, you all right?
I'm good.
What are you good?
Yes, sir.
Kirkland?
I'm good.
Joyner?
Yes, sir.
Poole?
Yeah.
All right.
It's unfortunate that the only person he didn't ask was okay was the victim himself. As minutes passed by, it became clear that Mr. Neville fell unconscious during his struggle, with no one bothering to check up on him. Furthermore, since it's widely accepted that chokeholds and carotid holds come under the use of deadly force, the officers violated another important federal law. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, law enforcement officers and correctional officers of the Department of Justice may use deadly force only when necessary, that is, when the officer has a reasonable belief that the subject of such force poses an imminent danger of death or serious physical injury to the officer or to another person. It should also be noted that 1. Deadly force may not be used solely to prevent the escape of a fleeing suspect. 2. If feasible, and if doing so would not increase the danger to the officer or others, a verbal warning to submit to the authority of the officer shall be given prior to the use of deadly force. 3. Officers will be trained in alternative methods and tactics for handling resisting subjects, which must be used when the use of deadly force is not authorized by this policy. Managing to transgress all of the aforementioned policies, the officers were liable for committing the criminal offense of manslaughter.
You're fine, Sarge.
Thank you. He acknowledged me finally.
John, can you hear me? John, can you hear me? We gotta cut these cuffs off, okay? I need you to relax. It's gonna take a minute. We're gonna get these off as soon as we can. Okay? All right, bud.
The ones in the armory
Oh,
are twice the
Yeah,
size of that.
yeah, I remember
but
that.
they work good, but they're huge.
This is the point. I'll take whatever works.
They're twice the size of what you had, so just make you
I
aware.
need you to just stay still, John, okay?
Guys,
stay still, buddy.
Y'all gonna have to hold them arms still when he starts.
I know it's uncomfortable, but we're gonna be done in a few minutes.
Stamp, you okay?
Yeah.
You need a break?
Nope.
It'll be just a few minutes, John.
Whose cuffs were those?
Mine.
It's coming out of your paycheck.
Yes, sir. Those are actually a good pair, too.
Word.
Everybody still good?
Yes, sir.
You good?
Good.
I know you're enjoying it.
Stamp if you need a break.
I'll give you a break if you need it, really, seriously.
Is your camera hooked?
What?
Your camera's still hooked at the top.
Yeah, usually when it does that, it flashes. It's not, it's screwing up. John, you all right, buddy? Promise you we're gonna be done in a few minutes, all right? I'll take that as a yes.
You're gonna have to get the single blade part when it comes.
Say again?
On the handcuffs, you're gonna have to get the single blade once you cut the chain.
Yeah.
The single side.
Yeah.
Good.
Who else? Like, everybody got another officer out here?
Kirkland, you all right?
I'm good.
Okay, the plan will be, guys, while we're waiting, I'll cut the middle chain, secure both arms. I'm gonna get the cuff that should still come off correctly. I'm gonna get that off first, then we'll cut the other one off.
After around a minute, he arrived with a tool from the armory, and so the officers began trying to remove the victim's handcuffs once more.
Thank you.
Small ones were broke down there.
All right, can you hold those for now? All right, we can get this cuff off. It's on the other side.
Other side. No.
Other side, guys, other side. Okay. That's loose. Hang on, slow it down, slow down. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. All right, I need to come on y'all's side. Right here. Are you gonna tuck in?
You're gonna have to do the single side. Would it be easier to pull it away from them?
Well, right here.
Well, I'm gonna have to cut it twice.
Right here.
Let me come up over you. Nice. All right. Take this out.
Cuffs.
Hey, did the piece fly or did you get it?
Check the handcuffs. Make sure we have every piece of the handcuff, please. Make sure it goes together perfect when it's cut before we do this.
It's good.
We good? Yeah. All right. You gotta roll them over. We gotta unsnap his jumpsuit. Roll him toward joiner.
Well, his head's that way.
Oh, it is. Yeah, good observation. Roll him this way. Okay, remember, be careful. He's messing himself. Okay, peel it off.
That's why I was trying to get this down.
I got you. Just maintain control of the arm. I'm gonna help. 1, 2. No. Careful. Do not swing that. Just peel it. Step or go out. That's fine. Make it. Grab his legs. Someone grab his legs. You need to fold it up again. All right, stand.
After some time, the officers finished their procedure and removed the now bloodied bag from atop Mr. Neville's head. Now, they began to try to wake him up. Regrettably, it was only at this point that they began to realize the consequences of their actions.
Wake up, John.
Come on, John. Wake up.
Wake up, buddy.
John, wake up for me. Come on, John. Wake up.
Wake up, John.
Come on.
Wake up. Are you good? Bye, guys.
Sorry.
Come up slow. Straight back.
As they couldn't wake the victim up, the officers and nurse left the room in order to figure out what to do next. Finally, they realized that they needed to check for Mr. Neville's vitals and provide him immediate medical aid, something that they should have done a long time ago.
Secure the arms. Secure his legs. Let's bring his feet down. Let's hold him down. What's that? You need to slide him down. We can slide him down. Gotcha.
Come on, John.
There you go.
Sadly, the worst possible scenario occurred, something that the nurse only realized when she could barely hear the victim's heartbeat.
Get the AED. I can't hear heart rate.
AED.
Yep, I can't hear a heart rate going on through back.
Okay, we're gonna have to roll on his back, guys. Let's roll that on. We need to roll. Yeah, let's take your arm. There we go. Let's roll.
Surratt.
1110 Nurse Surratt, signal 7, 2B.
CPR.
Give me a mask.
His breathing is faint.
Ready?
1018, nurse threat.
Begin by removing all clothing from the patient's chest. Cut clothing if needed.
Unfortunately, their efforts were laid to waste as Mr. Neville succumbed to his injuries and died only 2 days after the incident. What's more, the sheriff's office did not notify the public at the time of Mr. Neville's death, and Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough said he did not do so because Neville's family and the family's legal counsel asked him not to release any information publicly. Unsurprisingly, after the footage was made available to the public, protesters took to the streets of Winston-Salem to call for justice. In the end, the 5 officers and nurse responsible for Mr. Neville's death were charged with involuntary manslaughter. Be sure to check out our previous video where we cover another outrageous police encounter